Okay, so I'm playing a little Star Wars Battlefront Bespin DLC Sabotage mode as the rebels here. This is on the PS4. This will be my first time uploading any video from the PS4. Normally I don't, because on the PC I can upload 1080p 60 frames per second, whereas on the PS4 I'm limited to 720p 30 frames per second. But anyways, haven't played PS4 in a while, so I'm just checking my settings, sensitivity 50%. I think that's default, so that should be alright. On the PC version I use the default 20%, but on the PS4 it's totally different feeling. 20% on the PS4 would feel really slow, so 50% for the console. And I like to get the freebie charge. Always get the freebie charges whenever you can. And then run in the back to bomb because it's the most useful star card in the game. Probably tied with the jetpack. I don't know really which one's more useful, but I think back to bomb is a must-have, of course, for healing your buddies. And I tripped. Oh, I hit my shins on that railing with that jetpack, and I could have died there. So I'm just glad I didn't die. But my goal was to try to sneak around the side door. That's where I was aiming to jetpack, so I can arm this objective. Why am I going for B, you might ask, when everybody else goes for A and C at the beginning, especially A? Because B, if the Imperials get it, you're screwed. When you're the rebels, you have to focus on B. And I'm the only guy right now focused on B, so everybody else is kind of stupid for not being focused. And I knew I shouldn't have fought that guy, because when they're up there, all I see is basically his head. He's head glitching. That's what head glitching is. I'm sure everybody's familiar with that term, where from my point of view, I just see his head. From his point of view, he sees my whole body. And when I'm shooting at him, a lot of times it's going to hit the area around him and not really be hitting him, whereas he's got a clear shot at me. Plus he had the advantage of the high ground. Like if you watch the prequels or whatever, it's over, Anakin. Oh, I've got the high ground. It's true. When they have the high ground, I'm hoping this guy. Yeah, I was taking a chance that he didn't have the scatter gun or the cycler rifle, two weapons that can penetrate the bubble shield. But most time people don't have a scatter gun or a cycler rifle, so I figured it was worth taking that risk, assuming he didn't have. But I got unlucky. He did have a scatter gun. Whatever. Good for him. Alright, heal that guy with a back to bomb. See, there's another perk to the back to bomb. Healing other people. It's not just a selfish star card. It's a team effort thing. Anyways, long story short, this is what you do. Don't, like this idiot over here, he's going the main entrance. No, you just do this. You go the sneaky side entrance. Start walking. Make sure you're not going to show up on their radar. And you're going to get all kinds of sneaky kills. You're going to get to arm the objective. This guy don't even know I'm here. He didn't even know I was there. This guy didn't even know I was there. He tried disruption on me. He failed to melee me, because he was caught off guard because I came up this sneaky side entrance. And that's why I use the bubble shield as well, because arming those objectives as the rebels, if I did not have the bubble shield, half the time I go another guy who don't even know I'm here, another guy who don't even know I'm here. It's another reason I use scout perk. You know what I mean? They don't even see me on the radar. But the thing about being rebels arming those objectives, one, of course, using scout perk and sneaky side approaches, that's handy to get the drop on them to be able to arm it. But another thing is, the bubble shield is advantageous. With that personal shield, I could fully arm the thing even with the guy shooting at me. Whereas if I didn't have the personal shield, another guy who didn't know I was here, if I didn't have the personal shield, I'd get killed right before I got it fully armed. And see how I jetpacked out of the way after I armed it? Because I got done what I wanted to do, which is to arm it. But to sit there and duke it out with him, melee him, which is what he expected me to probably do, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I would have lost the melee battle. Whereas by fleeing, he came down the stairs like an idiot, and I was ready for him. So a lot of times people like to melee it out. I recommend not doing that, actually. I recommend fleeing, and then you catch them off guard somewhere where you have the advantage. Now see, just these little side halls. Look at it, it's just me and one other guy. Now see, somebody's going to come down to get the kill on him after they shot him, and they're not even expecting me. That's why I didn't show my face at first. I was waiting. I knew somebody would come down after him. There's a guy up there, but like I said before, when they got the high ground and their head glitching, don't even bother. Especially now that I don't even have the A280C. I got a weaker weapon at range. All I would have done was hit his shins and his kneecaps and piss him off and let him know I was there. But instead, I held off and I got 2 easy kills where they didn't even see me coming. And there's a lot of guys in this room, so what am I doing? I'm arming the objective. Why am I arming the objective? Well, for one, for points. For two, because of the fact that that's the whole point. keep at it, even if they're just gonna instantly disarm it. I got it armed. I knew somebody was gonna chase me down, and I was gonna get easy kill. So I'm getting easy kills. I'm staying on the objective. I'm keeping them on their toes, and at the whole time they don't even know I'm down here. You can do all your work from down in these little halls, but everybody else doesn't seem to understand that. They're all attacking A and C, and they get those done. But then when it comes time to B, they get screwed because the Imperials have the advantage. The Imperials have a good spawn point, so you don't sit and duke it out. When I'd sit and duke it out, I could die. I almost died there. But I did it just because I thought I had an advantage because he was focused on my buddy instead of me at first. So it was worth it. Anyways, I can see on the radar they're coming from this side, so I'm going to try to get a little drop on somebody here. But my aim is off. I'm aiming too low. I was hitting him in the thigh instead of his head, so I didn't get that kill. Same thing there. I was missing a little bit. I think I got an assist. Somebody else was waiting for him at the main entrance. This guy was ready for him. Easy kill. I'm not going to get hurt by that Dioxys. He wasted that on it. But anyways, everybody's at that main entrance by the time, well, it's time to go attack B. They should have been attacking B at the beginning when the Imperials didn't expect it like I was doing, and we would have had B taken out by now, especially if there would have been some heroes up here. But they wait until the last second to go after B, and they got a dumb strategy of going to the front door, which is stupid. Anyways, I got killed by a guy with a SE-14C from up top, and I didn't expect him to kill me. The reason I just stood there while he shot me is because I really didn't think he was going to get me in that one burst. But he did, which means he must have kept his recoil control, his grouping, all on my head. Because I use the SE-14C a lot, and I know to one burst somebody at that range, you got to keep the grouping right on their head. So that guy was good. He earned his kill. Kudos to him for getting that kill. See, they don't see me. They don't see me. You know how many guys I could have killed just then? Instead, I went after the objective. You know what I mean? Look at these guys. They don't see me. Oh, I should have turned the bubble shield off. I shouldn't duke it out. See, when you start just sitting there, standing there, duking it out with people, it's like you're rolling the dice. Maybe you'll get it, but it's not worth it. I should have just, after I killed that first guy down there, downstairs, should have deactivated the bubble shield and started taking them all out with a DH-17, and I might have turned the tide. I might have killed all those guys and held down that area while my teammates were pushing. But I was stupid and I panicked and I kept the shield on and I got into a stupid melee brawl. Look at this side entrance. See, I'm the only one doing it. Why am I the only one doing it? It's perfect. You don't have to go up the main drag where all the bodies are. That main drag, the front door to B, is basically just the kill zone. Don't ever find yourself there. Anyways, look at this. I'm getting the drop on everybody because it's all about the side door. Now this other guy's here, but he didn't come in the side door. He came in the front door and got around or something. He's not that smart because he's running away, giving away position. He's always running and shooting down here, giving away position. I recommend walking, unless you got the scout trait and it's leveled up enough to where running and shooting doesn't give away your position. But I doubt he does. He's probably just giving away my position. But they're focused on his position now, which is a distraction, which I can use. Look, these guys don't know I'm here. He don't know I'm here. I get to arm the objective. The rest of my team, all the other 15 guys on my team, I don't want to duke it out, back away. See, if I would have duked it out, I would have died. That's why you back away. Unless you got the advantage, you know. At that point, it was kind of a draw. We would have probably double KO'd both by melee. He's probably coming around the left side. Oh, yep, he got the drop. Maybe I can finish him. I'm hitting him too low. With my combat roll, it saved my ass, but at the same time, after my combat roll, it got my sight reticle kind of low, and I was shooting him in the hip a whole bunch. And he had a stronger weapon, and he was probably shooting me in the head while I was shooting him in the hip, so double KO. What are you going to do? It's kind of a fair fight. But I should have been, after your combat roll, you should be prepared that your aim's probably going to be a little lower by default, and you might need to bring it up. And there, I was dumb. By that point, they're all watching the main entrance and that stairway entrance, and you're in the kill zone. But I got a different spawn and a power up finally, so maybe I can put that to good use. You know how I said this front door? Let me get this. I like the charges when they're there. Freebie charges, might as well take them. But you know I said this front door is stupid to use. Don't ever use the front door approach because there's everybody there and it's a kill zone. But if you have a blaster cannon or some kind of power up or something, or a turret, then yeah, put it to work because this front door approach is always full of bodies. like stupid bodies that are just out there in the line of fire. So because I have a blaster cannon, what better place to use it than right here at the front door? And if things get nasty and I start feeling like I'm in trouble, like that guy, you know, whatever is happening, just back off for a minute. You know what I mean? Now I've got you know, an advantage here where I can pull out a blaster cannon whenever there's a lot of bodies out there, and if ever I get in trouble, you know, I'll just come over here and regenerate some health if I need to. I got a back to bomb, I got a personal shield, so this is very much in my favor. You know, I got hurt, but I got a back to bomb. See what I'm saying? Like, no matter what happens, I've got the advantage right now because of the blaster cannon. Now, if I was an Imperial on the other side of that door, I wouldn't just stick my face out there like that. I'd be using the third-person camera trick to peek around the corner without exposing my body. But a lot of people don't seem to do that. But if they were doing that, I would have been in trouble because, you know, whatever. The reason we lost is because nobody else was really concerned about the objective until the last second when the Imperials already had the advantage. So anyways, like I said, when the Imperials get B, you're not going to get it away from them. So use the side door, you know what I mean? Be smart, you know what I mean? Don't just use that main front door. Attack B early, you know, things like that. But anyways, I tend to get 2 or 3 of the highest honors on the console version all the time. It's a lot easier on console than it is on PC. But I enjoy playing it because it's fun playing against a range of opponents. Some are unskilled, some are highly skilled, some in between. Whereas on the PC, everybody's just an expert and it's not quite as much fun.